In the middle of the night, when fear comes calling, saying it all dies, often scared alone.
TV on the Radio are back with an energetic new release, Seeds, and it is a much-needed breath of fresh air. One of the few bands to survive the boom and bust of all those great bands from the early aughts that continues to release great records. TV on the Radio has always defied easy categorization. Formed in Brooklyn in 2001, I first found them, as many people did, through an ecstatic recommendation from David Bowie, who provided guest vocals on their sophomore release, Return to Cookie Mountain. The title of that record alone, along with Bowie's influence, was enough to bring me on board, and I have to say their musical output since has been that rare combination of critically well-received, as well as challenging, and actually kind of fun to listen to and danceable. Not that I ever dance. Their songs channel everything great about the Brooklyn Renaissance. Garage band guitars, peppy synth lines, densely layered vocals, and the kind of self-aware lyricism that recalls David Byrne or maybe really early Elvis Costello. In fact, comparisons to the Talking Heads and the Attractions are not unwarranted, but the real pull of this record is the lead vocals of Tunde Adebimbe. At times, his matter-of-fact delivery alternates between sweet Sam Cooke up into Brian Wilson's ethereal falsetto. His voice pulls you through this record, supported by the guitars and synth programming of Dave Sitek and Kip Malone. Let's go ahead and listen to a little bit of the second track on the album, Careful You.
Should we go? Should we back it up and turn it around? Take the good with the bad to believe we can make it somehow. I will care for you. Oh, care for you. Care for you.
This is the first album since the death of bassist Gerard Smith from lung cancer in 2011. And while his absence is surely felt by the band, the casual listener may have more trouble spotting the difference between this and previous efforts by the group. The reason for that is simple. Every member of this group is talented, contributing vocals and several instruments to the mix, including piano, guitar, loops, synthesizers, programming, bass, you name it. The melodies on Seeds are catchy, hummable, and complicated, but in a way that merits repeat listens. This is an album that is much more likely to get stuck in your head after you've had some time to digest it. Let's go ahead and listen to another track from the album. This is Test Pilot. I think this track stands out because it highlights Tunde's vocals, especially his great transitions to falsetto. There's also a nice combination of analog and digital here, with layers of loops and programming on top of traditional drums and Sitek's guitar.
Now I know that I'm such a fool, thinking you're the only one.
This record is available through all the regular channels right now. Currently, as of this time, about $10 on CD on Amazon, and from the band's website as a vinyl bundle with t-shirt and a button. I bought the album on vinyl from my local record store, and if you are at all a collector of vinyl, I strongly recommend you pick this up. Yes, it is around $24, which is pretty standard for a double vinyl, and it will set you back more than the digital versions, but this is a record that begs to be heard on your record player. And the presentation. It's a double LP. The first pressing is all going to be this marble vinyl pattern. Disc 1 is kind of a reddish pinkish, and Disc 2 is in greens and blues. The real surprise is that the gatefold features a lenticular cover, and you can kind of slide it on the front to animate the picture on the front. And you can also use the lenticular on the back of the album. It makes a pinwheel out of the album track names. In addition, like all great deluxe editions, the vinyl version features 2 great bonus tracks that you can't get anywhere else, Nobody Else and Mystery Girl. And unlike a lot of bonus tracks, they feel very in keeping with the tone of the rest of the album. They don't feel like throwaways at all. They serve as a nice coda. All in all, Seeds is a great entry point to TV on the radio, and it's true to their style and sound. At this fifth album, this is a band that has handled tragedy, critical success, commercial ignorance, and everything in between, and still remains vibrant and exciting. It's earned a place on my shelf, and I hope it does for you as well.